All right, the Collin Griffith jury has come back. We're going to watch the verdict together. I'm going to get it started. As we know, they left for deliberations early yesterday. Decided to go home early. They came back. They've been here since pretty early this morning. And we were watching, but nothing was happening. So they might have already read. I'm going to get to the spot because I would like to hear what it is. Give me 1 second. I don't want to... Okay. All right, and now I'll put myself in the corner. Whew. Okay. That was very good time to see that and be able to get on. Oh no. So you've seen it? One man trash? They announced it? That's probably not good. Wait for Jerry to come back in. I mean, there's a lot of people looking around. I don't see... Jury's not in there yet.
All right, please.
Let's go.
Please be seated. If you are the foreperson, please raise your hand. For the record, juror number 1980896 has raised his or her hand. You may put your hand down. Juror number 1980896, if the jury has reached a verdict, please raise your hand. That juror has his or her hand raised. You may put your hand down. Please pass the verdict form to the bailiff. There are no defects nor omissions in the verdict. Counsel for the state, counsel for the defendant, rise and hearken to the verdict. Mr. Griffith, rise and hearken to the verdict.
State of Florida versus Collin Griffith. Will the jury find as follows? As to the defendant in this case, the defendant, as to count one, the defendant is not guilty. As to count two, the defendant is not guilty.
Wow.
So say will, this 5th day of February, 2025.
Wow.
Does the state wish to have the jury polled? You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for the considerable time and attention you have given this case. I also want to advise you of some very special privileges you now enjoy having served on this jury. No juror can ever be required to discuss what has occurred in the jury room, with rare exception, and that would require a court order following a fully noticed hearing.
I'm shocked.
For centuries, our society has relied upon juries to consider difficult cases. And during that time, we have agreed a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to have to speak about the jury's work. Although at this point you are at liberty to speak to anyone you would like to about this case, including your deliberations,
He didn't get anything.
you are equally free to refuse to do so.
They found him innocent.
A request
so
may come
this
from
is
those who
crazy.
are simply curious, perhaps from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you individually to determine whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. On behalf of the entire 10th Circuit and all assembled here, I humbly thank you for your service. You are now discharged.
All rise, please.
This is in Florida, Jamie. Holy cow. Oh my gosh.
Mr. Griffith, the jury having found you not guilty in each count, you are hereby adjudicated to be not guilty in each count and forever discharged for these offenses. We will be adjourned.
I am shook right now. Like, I don't usually say, like, hey, I think they're really going to get, guilty, non-guilty. And I honestly thought that he was going to be found guilty. I am shocked. Not only did they not find him guilty, but he didn't have anything else that stuck with him. No other charges. He's walking free. Like I was saying in the chat, the jury wasn't allowed to know that he killed his father. But enough was said that if the jury hadn't figured that out by that point, it would be weird. I just can't believe it, though, because the neighbor saw him grab her by the back of the head and drag her into the house. I mean, like, they had to do, like, kidnapping charges. I mean, that would be it, right? The fact that he said she accidentally fell on the knife and it was through her neck all the way through, it's not even possible. So I was saying that even if they decide that he's been through a lot, abuse, all this stuff, really bad things, but he lied also about how it happened. So you would think that there would be some accountability or something. Oh my God. I'm going to read some. Okay, you said guilty of second degree. That's what I was talking about last night. That I was like, maybe because of everything at play, he'll at least be accountable for something. Maybe it won't be first degree. Maybe they'll knock it down to second or manslaughter or something. I did not expect nothing at all. And that smile, right when he found out, that is the only time we saw any emotions this entire trial. He wasn't sad that his mom died. He wasn't devastated by the situation leading up to it. The only emotion has now been happy because he is found innocent. I can't even believe that. That's crazy. Let's see if there's any other messages I missed in here. The jury's gonna leave that courtroom, finally be able to go and Google things about Collin, and they're gonna get to see that he killed his dad as well. And I wonder how many of them are going to be like, uh-oh, like this is bad. Let's see. Yeah. Everyone's like in agreement. Like this has been, he is a free man, Jeffrey. Yeah, everybody on here and even in my other chat earlier, everyone thought he would get something. So this is pretty shocking that he got nothing. So I think probably next his attorney will probably do a press conference outside the courthouse. We will probably end up hearing from somebody in the family. I would not be surprised if it is the grandma, who will probably be so happy because her daughter was really messed up, but Collin didn't do anything wrong. So I expect something like that to happen. But hopefully we'll get to hear a little bit more from somebody else, anybody else, about the fact that they are surprised that there was no accountability on Collin for any of this. All right, I'm going to let you go. I will be back on, if they do a press conference, I will be back on soon and we can go over it together. It's going to take me a moment to come back from this. I'm just so surprised. All right, thank you for watching, and I will be back on here in a little while.